Don't mean nothing. Tired is only in the mind. You tell yourself you're tired, you're gonna be tired. I don't get tired.
We want to be the best amongst the average people. A lot of guys who graduate buds, graduate this, graduate that, and get comfortable. They wonder why I'm getting weak, man. I don't know, I lost my edge. What's going on? Because once you hit the top of the fucking mountain, guess what happened? I'm good. I'm good, so you wonder why you're falling down now. Because once you reach the top of the mountain, you got to put fucking another one. That's mediocrity. There's a lot of people in mediocrity who have a nice resume, but they're one-timers, man. They hit a one-time deal, they busted it open, got a lot of money, but they're good.
The commitments we keep to ourselves and what we do when no one's watching is the most persuasive evidence that governs everything we then do every day thereafter. You can look at certain people in your lives that are struggling in certain situations, and oftentimes it's a result of continually unkept commitments to themselves.
If you want to be successful, you have to change this. This has to change. Listen to me. What makes it hard is your lack of belief that it can happen for you. The fact of it is, though, it's very doable.
What's the thing you're meant to be doing? Just do that. I approve of portfolio sort of working. The idea of having lots of different things that you do. Because really, you're going to do comedy part-time? What are you going to do half comedy and half novel writing? Oh, so you're going to compete. I'm doing it 100% of the time, and you think you can compete 50% of the time. All the best. Let's see how you do.
Consistency of work. Monday, get better. Tuesday, get better. Wednesday, get better, right? And you do that over a period of time. You know, not like 1 month or 2 months. I mean, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and then you get to where you want to go.
Consistency, 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 man. That's the name of the game, bro. Don't get much simpler than that. They take days off, this day off, that day off. They lazy. I'm tired. No, grind every day, one foot in front of the other, bro. I promise you, you're gonna be lapping these folks, bro. Give it a year. Watch what happens.
If you go to the gym and you work out and you come back and you look in the mirror, you will see nothing. And if you go to the gym the next day and you come back and you look in the mirror, you will see nothing. So clearly there's no results, can't be measured, it must not be effective. So we quit. Or if you fundamentally believe that this is the right course of action and you stick with it, you can screw it up. You can eat chocolate cake one day, you can skip a day or two. You know, it allows for that. But if you stick with it consistently, I'm not exactly sure what day, but I know you'll start getting into shape.
Understand that life has a cyclical nature where it's, you know, what you do on Monday is fantastic, but then Tuesday is a bad day. But guess what? There's Wednesday. Yeah. So are we just supposed to live our lives like this the whole time? You know, versus just staying like this and understanding that it's really just a journey of evolution every day. It's just constant improvement, constant curiosity, constantly getting better. The results don't really matter. The figuring out that matters.
1 day in the gym is basically imperceivable. 2 days in the gym, you don't recognize any change whatsoever. 100 days in the gym, and you're almost a new person.
It's not about intensity, it's about consistency, right? You go to the dentist twice a year, your teeth will fall out. You have to brush your teeth every day for 2 minutes. What does brushing your teeth twice a day for 2 minutes do? Nothing. Unless you do it every day, twice a day for 2 minutes. It's the consistency. Going to the gym for 9 hours does not get you into shape. Working out every day for 20 minutes gets you into shape.
The daily discipline required to get you where you want to get to. Those little positive things add up too. And it's obvious, and we know it, but here's the question, why don't we do them? Why don't we do it? Well, it's because, in most cases, it's because they add up slowly.
The most important thing is to have a routine. Consistency, not obsession. Good. More consistent. Yeah, it's just a little bit. Come on, make effort in your health. It's makes sense.
It might be April where you are, and you're expecting nice weather, but it's 20 degrees. So, you might be somewhere where it's too fucking hot. So, you might have sore legs, sore back, sore shoulder. So, the struggle is real. It never gets any easier. You gotta get harder. No one cares what you did yesterday. It only matters what you're doing today.
Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency,
you'll never finish. It's not easy. If it was easy, there'd be no Kerry Washington. If it were easy, there'd be no Denzel Washington. So keep working, keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship.
Consistency. He's like, you have to make sure that you're inconsistent. He's like, because if you are consistent and you have none of the other attributes, he's like, you can't be successful. He's like, it's very tough for people who are consistent to not be successful. And he makes an especially pointed point about consistency, because in my opinion, it's one of the most difficult of the virtues for humans to do, because we're so attracted to novelty.
So we let these things slip. Because it takes so long to see the progress, we let them slip. And when we don't do them, it becomes 0 times 100. When you do anything, it adds up. When you do nothing, it amounts to 0. So take the small steps every day. Do what you're supposed to do. And don't expect some incredible results in 1 day or 2 days or 10 days. Worthwhile things take 100 days. They take 500 days. Maybe they take 5,000 days. They take time, but it's little steps that add up.
Once the mind knows you're not going to quit something, it's going to try to find more. It's going to try to give you more. Once it realizes you're not going to take the path of least resistance, you're going to stay here until it's done. My mind and my body and my spirit became one for the first time ever. And I went to a level that I never thought was humanly possible for myself or anybody else.
I'll tell you what, man, once you get it, coming over this side of the fence, you don't see fucking problems anymore, man. You see situations, you see possibilities, and you can't wait to get them started, man. You say, why did I wait so long to engage? It doesn't matter all that matters. It's today. What are we doing today? What are we going to engage now? And once we engage, we commit. There's no half commitment, there's no core commitment, there's no third quarter. It's full commitment. Once we engage, it's every fucking day we engage. Because that's a better life.
And the significance of the consistency of doing something over and over in a moment that is a controlled environment. And so it doesn't look to be as if it's something significant, because you're doing it and it's not an opponent. You're doing it and you're envisioning it. You're doing it consistent and there's nobody here, right? You're in a controlled environment. Now when the match happens, muscle memory, you do it without even thinking about it.
Finding uncomfortable moments and embracing uncomfortable moments are one of the most important things a person can do in terms of understanding themselves and understanding how they think.
Why people fall off the wagon so often is because there's no room in that mind for discipline. There's no room for consistency. They may do it once or twice, but then the mind takes over and that cluttered fucking garage comes in. And then it's like a circuit breaker, man. A circuit breaker just overloads, fucking sparks. Our minds, that's our mind, man. It's like a fucking circuit breaker that has so much shit in it, you keep on loading it, you can't put any more into it.
I just don't stop, because like I go at things and I just believe like, man, I'm gonna just be consistent. Now I might alter my aim, but I just don't stop. You know how when most people get a break and they're like, oh, it's a break, I'm about to chill. I'm gonna keep going. So I never have to get to that mind state of, all right, I gotta get back going again. I gotta readjust. I gotta put it back on the wall again. I'm gonna just keep going. I'm gonna alter it. Certain days I might adjust.
Guaranteed tomorrow, right? I know the average American's supposed to live to 78 or 88 years old, whatever the fuck it is. But in reality, you're not guaranteed tomorrow.
So put in the daily effort. Let that be your reward. Reward yourself. Feel gratification from knowing that you moved the needle even just a little bit. Rome wasn't built in a day. The Grand Canyon took millions of years to form. And whatever it is you want to do isn't going to happen in one day. You have work to do.
Go do something. Do the best thing you can think of. Put the best plan you have into practice. It's not going to be perfect, and it will change along the way. But it will change partly because you become disciplined pursuing the path. And as you become disciplined, you become wiser. And as you become wiser, you become able to formulate better and better plans. So you can start vaguely and confused and develop a plan that's not so great, and you start to implement it, and then you accrue incremental wisdom as you implement your broad plan.
the mentality of greatness. There's no breaks. Monday on top of Tuesday, Tuesday on top of Wednesday, Wednesday on top of Thursday, Thursday on top of Saturday, Saturday. It's not over. That's not over. That's not over. That's not over. And true greatness is always evolving. True greatness is always evolving. It never stays the same. Your comfort zone will stay the same.
There was no outsiders. It was isolation. It was visualization. It was motivation, and it was dedication. There was nothing else going on in my life. You know what I mean? To get to the pinnacle, it needs to be like that. It needs to be no outsiders. It needs to be you need to have your team and your focus, and that's it.
And a lot of us have these two people that you have greatness way over here, but you decide to live in this space over here. Because between greatness, or between this space here and greatness, there's a lot. There's so much space to fill in. And we just say, I stay over here in this space. So I like to examine all these spaces. And there's still more. Still a lot more.
It's 1 a.m. I'm going for my workout. Do I want to go to the gym? Absolutely not. I want to lay in my house and sit in the movie theater and watch movies. To be the best, you got to work overtime. To be the best, you got to work overtime.
Inside RX bar. What's inside matters. RX bar. No BS. Your beloved pet is suddenly missing. Luckily, you have Wi-Fi wireless, letting you chase down leads without losing focus or connectivity. And in the end, you find yourself saying, how did the turtle cover so much ground?
It's a ship. Those flashes of light, those were its engines. It's nothing like any spacecraft I've ever seen. Humanity isn't alone in the universe, and I've just met our neighbors. The Rocky cutscene lasts 2 minutes in the movie, but it can last 5 years in real life. And it's not, and there is no background music. You know what I mean? And there's no audience waiting to cheer for you, and you don't know that you're going to beat Apollo Creed. So you're in it for 5 years. And I think the hard part, we guarantee that it was going to work, it wouldn't be worth it. So we want something from a world, we want a guarantee from a world that doesn't give it. And the fact that it doesn't give a guarantee is what makes it worth it.
Because what you have is substantial. You just haven't gone over the list and taken inventory in a long time. But the fact that you can walk, that's a blessing. The fact that you woke up, that's another blessing. The fact that you can see, think, reason, that's another blessing. The fact that you can go somewhere and get yourself something to eat, that's another blessing. Start coating your mind with gratitude. It'll change everything for you.
You need to work on yourself. If you just try to be pampered, and if you're trying to be soft, and if you're trying to be the victim, you're not going to go anywhere. We need to get stronger. We need to get tougher. We need to not be afraid of failure. We got to go into the work. We got to face adversity.
Don't quit. Get after it. Discover who you could really be when you're up against it. And you get to look at and have a real talk with is you. And I want to be able to look in the mirror and say, as Frank Sinatra says, I did it my way. Remind yourself of what you've been through back in the past, back in the day, to get to where you're at today. So that's what I do. It's a constant reminder. And then through that process, I guarantee you, your mind and body will say, oh, we got this. We've been here before. Maybe not in that kind of pain and suffering, but we've been here before in the demons of your own mind. So that's the best reminder in the world. It's like easy for anyone. You're going to deal with crap. You're going to deal with disappointment. You're going to have things go sideways. If you are, you might as well go all in on the person you want to be, the love that you want, the talent you want, the freedom you want, the control. don't quit. A lot of people don't remember what they've accomplished in life. At that time of suffering, you have to be able to go through and pull up that Diane resume and say, oh, I'm sure you studied your ass off for hours and days and years to get where you're at. I guarantee you it's harder than this. And that's basically what you have to go back to.
It's just like people that say, follow your passion. Well, follow your passion. How about act on your passion?
I just want one thing from you. As great as you are, as skilled as you are, as talented as you are, never allow life to make you forget why you do what you do. People don't burn out, people don't quit, people don't underachieve, people don't settle because of what they do. People burn out, people quit, people underachieve, and people settle because life makes them forget why they do it. Every single day should be nothing less than excellence. You might not always be your best, but you can always bring in your best.
You have to let it all go, Mia. Fear, doubt, disbelief. Free your mind.
The greatest version of you demands that you are extreme. I can tell you this, that every great person I know has this extreme personality, this intense, passionate desire to cut out negativity, to constantly lean into the sides of their comfort zone, to keep the promises to themselves, even when you don't feel like doing things, by the way. There's going to be plenty of times where you don't feel like waking up, but you do it anyway. You don't feel like getting your workout in, but you do it anyway. You don't feel like drinking your 30 ounces of water, but you do it anyway.
Taking the time and energy and putting it into things that you enjoy doing that are productive for yourself. So once you find yourself, you will find your creativity. And you will find the true purpose of what God created you to do.
You don't feel like reading that book, but you do it anyway. You don't feel like making that sales call, but you do it anyway. You don't feel like eating clean, but you do it anyway, because that is what greatness demands of us. And if you are willing to lean into the sides of your comfort zone, if you are willing to become that pebble that creates the ripple and inspires others, that is how together we change the world, my friends.
It's not about the running, the swimming, the push-ups, the sit-ups. It's about what those things do for your mentality. You don't get better on the daggone couch. You get better by coming out here and getting the buck after it every daggone day. Stay hard.
Diagnosed with Crohn's disease and struggling with your symptoms? It's not too soon to talk to your doctor about Entyvio for moderate to severe Crohn's and learn about the results you need, including rapid symptom relief and long-term remission. Entyvio is the only gut-focused treatment for Crohn's that helps block inflammation in the gut and works right where you need it. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of liver problems and serious infection. Although unlikely, PML, a rare brain infection that can result in death, cannot be ruled out. Your doctor may test for TB. Tell your doctor if you are prone to or have an infection, sores, or flu-like symptoms. Learn more about the only treatment for Crohn's that works right where you need it, and ask your doctor about gut-focused Entyvio, including the Entyvio pen.
Gut-focused Entyvio.
I know what you're feeling. I feel like every time you take one step forward, you get pushed back 5. Right a little longer, man. You didn't come this far just to quit, just to give up. The harder you work, the harder it is to surrender. You've come too far to quit now. You've invested too much to give up now. You better get something from all that hell you've been through.
Everything's not always about winning and losing. We did not come this far to just break down and lose now. I'm a winner. I'm going to win.
You have come too far to quit now. You have lost too much to quit now. You have invested too much to quit now. Don't whine about it. Don't cry about it. Get a reward for your pain.
Don't give up. I know it's hard. I know you feel like you've done everything in your power to reach the goal, and you are frustrated that it hasn't happened yet. But don't give up. Face it head on. Keep moving forward.
I will never quit. I will persevere and I will thrive in adversity. I will be physically harder and mentally stronger than anything that comes against me, my family, my business, my brothers, my sisters, my team. I will be the one that is physically harder and mentally stronger. And I will work to maintain that position. Because you know what? Your only other option is to crouch in stagnant fear like a coward and potentially put the lives of everyone who depends on you in jeopardy.
You may be tired, you may be struggling, you may be ready to quit. That all may be true. But what you have to understand is that this is what it takes. What you're experiencing right now is exactly what it takes to get to where you want to go. And the reason that so few people make it to where you want to go is because they stop right when it gets hard, when everything sucks and you have every reason to throw in the towel. That's when 99% of people quit. And it's exactly when you need to remind yourself that it's time to keep going.
You have to work harder than you think you possibly can. And it doesn't matter how you get knocked down in life, because that's going to happen. All that matters is that you got to get up. So never give up. Keep working. Keep striving. Never give up. Fall down 7 times. Get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship.
Quitting guarantees the failure. Once you quit, it rules out any chance of succeeding. If God is waking you up continually every morning, once God wakes you up, that's a sign from God that He ain't through with you, that He has something more for you in store that He hasn't given to you yet. That's why you wake up every day, because God has more for you.
I don't quit. You know, I may not make it the first time, but I'll come back. I gotta come on. Gotta get my head back in the game. I gotta figure this shit out. It doesn't mean you leave. It means you study it more.
You know you can actually do this, right? You can actually win. Like, you actually can accomplish your dreams. Like, you actually can do that. You can actually do this. A year and a half ago, I was living in my parents' house. I had $130 in my account. You can do anything.
Go after your dreams. I never compromised that. I never allowed anybody to tell me what I was capable of accomplishing. Never let anybody tell me that I can't do. If you want to accomplish something or do something that a lot of people think is difficult to accomplish, you have to put all your eggs in one basket. And there's no compromise in that.
For those of us climbing to the top of the food chain, there can be no mercy. There is but one rule: hunt or be hunted.
Look at failure as your first, second, third, fourth, fifth attempt. Look at them as attempts. I don't look at anything as failure. Because when you're going to try to do something, not trying is failure. That's not some actual special thing. But when you're able to go out there, there's no failure. It's attempts. Because when you're trying to do something that's bigger than you, whatever you are, if that's your biggest thing, that's how your mind needs to go in everything.
Rise, young warrior. You must get up. Your journey is not over. When you began your journey, you were determined. Nothing could stop you. And now that you are so close, are you willing to give up so easily? It is your journey, young warrior. Only you decide when it ends.
Well, like for none of us, as beneficials now, we must keep moving. We must keep going. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means,
Let me be very clear. I'll never give up. Never.
He's hurting.
I know he's hurting.
I'm not on the strength.
You negotiate with your body to find more strength, but don't you give up on me, Brock. You keep going, you hear me? Keep going, you do it good. You keep going. You not quit on me. You keep going. It hurts. I know it hurts. You keep going.
Push, man. Push. One more. That's the mentality you gotta have. One more in everything you do. One more rep. One more set. One more lap. One more minute. Hold on for one more minute, man. Don't give up on me. Don't give up.
Cause repossessed. Nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off. But you're still looking at your dreams, reviewing it every day and saying to yourself, it's not over until I win.
Here's what you should know about winning before you chase it. Winning's not loyal to you. It doesn't care about you. Winning doesn't care how sore you are. Winning doesn't care how much sleep you get.
Winning doesn't care how hard you work at times. Winning requires all of you and then more, and it promises you nothing. So the question is about winning. Are you willing to sprint when the distance is unknown? And why chase this thing called winning? Because the only thing that's guaranteed in life, if you don't chase it, is losing.
What I need you to do is I need you to find a reason to keep going. Tragedy and trials come to everybody. Only the strong will survive. And every human has what it takes to get past whatever they're going through if they decide to.
I've often said a man's character is not judged after he celebrates a victory, but what he does when his back is against the wall. So no matter how great the setback, how severe the failure, we never give up.
Every time it gets tough, I want to put a hot that there is someone out there in this world laying on the hospital bed, begging for a second chance at life. I'm safe and healthy. He is life running tap water. I don't think I have any excuse to know that's hard or to live life this life.
Right there. You can't quit now. You're right. Yeah, but you're confident. You cannot quit now. You cannot get comfortable now. You cannot take a break now. You can't. You can't stop. You can't take a break. You gotta keep going, baby. Keep going, bro.
No matter how long it takes, keep going. No matter how much it hurts, keep going. So you was put on this earth for a reason. You weren't meant to be average. You were meant to excel. You gotta understand that this grind is meant to make you who you're supposed to be. A dog. A little grind never hurt nobody. Stop being soft. Let's embrace it.
So get out of your head, stop overthinking, and you gotta keep going. Even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's hard, even if it's tough, even if you don't feel like it, you gotta keep pushing, man. You gotta keep pushing, because it's gonna be worth it in the end, bro.
Hang in there, big dog. You're gonna win the fight. You know exactly what fight I'm talking about. The one that's been keeping you up every single night. The one that's taking everything out of you every single day. The one that makes you feel like there's 1,000 bricks you put on your shoulders and making you step on the bench. I'm gonna promise you something right now, big dog. No pain lasts forever. No hard times last forever. You got this.
I gave everything that I had. I put my heart, my blood, my sweat, my tears to this day, man. Against all odds. I don't know why we want to take the hardest road. I don't know why the man above gives me the hardest road, but positive attitude, like, instead of saying why me, they're saying this is what he want me to do.
You cannot lose when it's your time to win. And when it's your time to win, it's determined by God. Not me. Not a guru. Not your business coach. Not the latest best-selling author. Times and seasons belong to God. Period.
I promise you, these people that are winning can win because there is no other option. I'm gonna win wherever I go. Wherever I go, I'm gonna win. I don't care where I go. I don't give a damn what team I go to, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win regardless. It don't matter.
Because the definition of greatness is a lot of small things done well. Greatness is falling and getting up, falling and getting up, falling and getting up. Greatness is Michael Jordan being cut his junior in high school and saying he's not good enough. Greatness is Muhammad Ali losing and then coming back and regaining the title. Greatness is a bunch of pain that forces you to come out of your comfort zone.
Brother, nobody is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, not the world. The life you want is waiting, but only if you're man enough to take the responsibility of creating. Get to work.
What would you say to somebody who's going through a string of bad days or bad weeks or bad months?
Say it's okay. You're not alone. I think whenever we're going through a hard time, we just want to act. But it's those moments that allow us to appreciate the good ones.
If you quit now, you're going to be a loser your entire life. That's it. And to get what we always want, we have to be so much better than it's unquestionable.
If you quit, it's really easy to predict your future. But if you don't quit, if you go for it, with no proof, you can't quantify it. People are going to call you crazy. Your friends are going to look at you sideways. You'll have the opportunity to play in the game and stop sitting on the sidelines. And you might fail for a while. And you might have to go through 7 failures, 9 failures, 12 failures. You might be sleepless at night wondering why the heck you're doing it. But on the other side of that, you get to see who you're meant to be.
And every single one of you can relate to this because this is what's difficult about failure. The disappointment is on you. It is your fault. And you go through failure alone. But failure has made me who I am today. Failure gives you 2 choices. You stay down or you get up. Well, I'm up and I am fired up because I have figured it out.
Fear of failure is good. Fear of failure will keep you up at night planning and rehearsing and going over contingencies. Fear of failure will keep you training hard. So I want you to be afraid of failing, but more important, I want you to be terrified of sitting on your ass and doing nothing. That is what I want you to be afraid of.
Failure is a part of the process to becoming successful. I tell people this all the time. Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player, he took 946 game-winning shots. 946 times since he was in high school. The ball has been in his hands to take the game-winning shot with no time on the clock. He has only made 146 of those. He has missed over 7 but he has made 146. You know what they write about? When you make it.
As soon as you look back in history, you come up with something that you feel like you want to change, something else has to change. You know, so disappointment to me, to win, you gotta look. To be successful, you gotta have something that's not successful. To be happy,
without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish.
We all have dreams, and it's very scary sometimes to accept the dream that you have. It's scary to say, okay, I want that. It's scary because you're afraid that if you put your heart and soul into it and you fail, then how are you going to feel about it? Right? So being fearless means to put yourself out there and go for it. No matter what, go for it. Not for anybody else, but for yourself.
My kids are fair. So what are you going to do about it? I knew that no one would come back to help me. No one would miracle me to be somebody special. All my situations were on me now. So I had to start developing an indestructible mental toolbox. So I sat there on that couch and realized that I am a piece of shit. And even though the Lord helped me get here, my false reality helped me even more.
It's time to stay focused. It's time to decide a club, a party, trying to fit in and socialize. Why are you staying on the basketball court so much? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you out there practicing in the hot sun when ain't nobody else out there? Because I'm trying to get it. If you want it, you gotta go get it.
Every time I get tired, or I think I can't go no more, I think I get record. That ain't us. We can make it. Everybody's great when they're not tired. The champions is when they tired. That's when the real champions come out. That's when the real dog come out. Because if you don't fight a puppy, stay on the court.
You know, fuck your tired body, fuck that unmotivated mind, and get out there and do it anyway. You better fight yourself because you're not only winning when things are going your way. You gotta figure out how to win when things aren't going your way. You gotta figure out when your body's fighting, when your mind's fighting, how do you still, and just say, I'm gonna beat my mind today.
Like I want to wake you up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Go, come on, we'll go and run it. Like let me see what you do when you're tired. Let me see how you push yourself. Come on, man, get up again tomorrow. Get up again tomorrow. Get up again tomorrow. The next day, get up. Keep going.
Everybody, it's Groundhog's Day again for David Goggins. If you pan it down here, you see it's about 3 o'clock in the morning, and there's not a car or a person in sight. It's not about the running, the swimming, the push-ups, the sit-ups. It's about what those things do for your mentality. You don't get better on the daggone couch. You get better by coming out here and getting the fuck after it every daggone day. Stay hard.
Basically, 2 kinds of people in life. They're winners and they're losers. And the definition is this. Losers take things that happen to them and that they feel inside that suck, and they wallow. They use it for self or outward destruction. Winners take whatever they feel
It sucks, and they transmute it into things that are good for themselves and for the world.
Some people can sit around and wait for the opportunity to change like this, and then they get the fuck up. Some people strike when the iron's hot. Other people just keep on striking until the iron blade's so hot it slices through anything. Some people get up in the middle of a snowstorm or a rainstorm, pushes through, listen to their pride. Ego. And what happens? The sun comes out, birth of a new day, new opportunities. We're living. We're not waiting for it to pass by. Your greatest moment, your greatest hour will be right after your worst hour is there.
Every day when you get out of bed, life's standing right there to kick you in the fucking face, man. Life is going to throw all kinds of crazy shit at you, and you have to be ready for it, and you got to fucking deal with it. You can't curl up into a ball, you can't run away from it, you can't hide. You have to take all this shit head on. You have to get up. Every day when I get up from out of bed, I strap up and I'm getting ready for war.
Take ownership of everything in your world, the good and the bad. Take ownership of your mistakes. Take ownership of your shortfalls. Take ownership of your problems. And then take ownership of the solutions that will get those problems solved. Take ownership of your mission. Take ownership of your job, of your team, of your future, and take ownership of your life.
That was impressive. Well, I didn't see him as impressive. I beat him because that's what I do. I don't follow orders. I don't bend the knee. I win.
Don't quit. Get after it. Discover who you could really be when you're up against it. Know that there is more in you. Be you. Do you. Because at the end of your life, the only person you get to look at and have a real talk with is you. And I want to be able to look in the mirror and say, I did it my way.
Being a winner is a curse. It doesn't matter how much you've won before, you're not a winner until you win again. And again, and again. Nothing is enough. No one understands. And you never want it to stop.
The biggest risk to your future is your competition. It's the distractions you insist on keeping in your life rather than doing the things you know you should be doing but aren't. People delay doing things they don't like for longer than it takes to do them.
I'm out there at 4 or 5 in the morning, chopping trees, working. To this day, because I can retire today, but I have the will to win. Work. No results, but I'm a little bit better. Work. No results, I'm a little bit better. Work. Boom, just come back. Because if you do all those things, even if nothing happens and you know you're doing the right thing and you're on track, overnight success becomes this easy thing because you were internally growing and the bubble popped.
I'm in love, look at me. There's nobody around. Nobody likes me, man. It is what it is. Sometimes in life, people are not going to be around you to motivate you. They're not going to be around you to push you, to celebrate you, to applaud you. You got to do it on your own. That's what I'm doing right now.
One doesn't expect to get from life what one has already learned. It's got to be. Never stop, no matter how many failures. When you know you're doing what you're meant to do, you have to try.
Everybody has a turn back moment. You have a moment where you can go forward or you can give up. But the thing you have to keep in mind before you give up is that if you give up, the guarantee is it will never happen.
Imagine spending 10 years of your life only thinking about one thing every waking hour of the day. We agreed not to drink, we didn't do drugs, we didn't date, we didn't do anything. We just literally obsessed from the time we woke up to the time we went to bed. That's literally all we did.
Work hard, be somebody, and be something more than what you see in the mirror. Let the world be you. Don't let them judge you, because the mirror can't judge you. You judge what you see.
You can do what you put your mind to. And if you continue to put your mind to it, the game opens up new levels. You get a new level. And each new level that gets opened up, you're able to adapt a different mindset and a different approach. You can stop at that level, or you can go, I want more levels. I want more fucking levels.
Path to being the best version of yourself should be lonely. The loneliness you feel is nothing to be sad about. It is a benchmark and an indicator that you're probably on the right path. Everything in life has a true opportunity cost to it. Cutting people off, cutting things off, cutting habits off is uncomfortable. But every time I've done it, something incredible has filled that gap.
No one's watching. Nobody cares. Just run. That's your damn problem. Keep worrying about the people watching you, but at the end of the day, nobody cares. Stop feeding for other people's validation and start validating yourself. Because at the end of the day, that's all that really matters.
Life is tough sometimes. It's not fair, and it doesn't care sometimes. But you're gonna hold true to what you believe, and you're gonna hold true to who you are, and you're gonna be that person, whether it's easy or tough.
I'm a great believer in that anybody can change at any stage of their life. We're writing our own story, our own life story, but there's no reason why we can't stop, have a mental time out, and go, what do I really want? And start from that moment on rewriting your story by facing the challenge, achieving for yourself, and putting your fears and anxiety to one side.
You had the value and the vision up here before you applied the effort and the work in there. It must be that way. And if it's not, take a fucking week, gather your thoughts. Realize why you're fucking here. Realize that you're gonna pay the payments today on your terms. It hurts, it's heavy, but it builds you up. Every time you wanted to quit, every time life tried to break you, you chose to stand tall. That's what makes you great. Today ain't just about a piece of paper. It's about the grind, the sleepless nights, the sacrifices, the prayers you whispered when nobody was watching. It's all about those moments when you could have folded, but you didn't. Don't have passion. If you're gonna do something, you've chosen to do something, whatever, it's easy or hard. If you give it your all, you don't have passion. Win, lose, draw, get what you want, don't get what you want, whatever the outcome is. If you don't have passion, at least you're not gonna have to wonder, would the outcome be? What if it is my own? And boy, wondering that is what keeps us up at night.
It's not going to be a perfect plan, but take action. Action that moves you in a positive direction. And if it ends up being the wrong direction, that's fine. At least you've learned where not to go.
That was Michael Jordan. He said, I failed over and over and over and over again. I failed. And that's why I succeeded. 2 examples, Muhammad Ali. Mental belief, the directional path, believing in the endeavor that he can achieve this. So much so that he called himself a title before it ever was. That's how much he believed it.
You have to be like all in, and I think that's fair enough because a lot of people like got one foot in, one foot out, and I don't think that ends well for anybody.
What if you told people the story of, hey, I have a life, but I don't want to tell you that. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do next, and I'm going to go out and do it. That is what self-development is about. That is what peak performance is about. That is what breaking through self-limiting beliefs is about. It is rewriting the story, because as long as you have breath in your lungs, as long as your heart is beating, as long as you have consciousness in your mind, you can go and rewrite the story of how your life ends.
It's early in the morning right now. That means love. You're so sleepy. We're not. There's only so much time in the day. And we let it pass by. Most of these people are going to get up and go to work 9 to 5, right? Put their 8 hours a day. They're not being paid by the hour. They're being paid for the value they provide in that hour.
One thing is that we all have these moments in time that either make you or break you, that can determine the rest of your life. The rest of your life can be determined by one simple decision. One to give up. It wasn't some inspiration quote. It wasn't nothing. It was me, myself, and it was freezing out here. I had to make a decision. The decision I made was get up and keep on going. That one moment changed the rest of my life.
What was the main drive? The main drive was, I am not like everybody else. I don't want to be like everybody else. I have something inside which is burning. And I look around, and this life and everything I see is not for me. I'm supposed to be something different. I have to be something different.
And so many people just want the easy way. I'm sorry, man. It's not. So what they start to do is they build this narrative. It's okay. When the narrative should be, you need to fucking discipline your mind better. It's okay that you're not fucking willing to fucking help yourself out. That's not okay. It's not okay. It's not acceptable.
I want to do great with my life. I don't know that I can get to the mental level you have, but I think everybody here needs to know something. If you just think you're going to do something temporarily once, man, you're going to be unhappy when it's over.
Differential of somebody winning and losing has nothing to do with their genetics. It's nothing to do with their potential. It's their perseverance, always showing up. You show up, and you're a chance. If you don't show up, the outcome's simple. Never there. An audition, if you show up to the audition, there's a chance you might get the part. If you're too scared to show up and you sit back at home, wondering what if and everything else, no one in hell's going to call you out because you weren't present.
You're born with a gift. If not that, then you get good at something along the way. And what you're good at, you don't take for granted. You don't betray it.
What if you do betray your gift?
Then you betray yourself.
There's a choice that we have to make as people, as individuals. We all can be masters at our craft. You have to make a choice. What I mean by that is the inherent sacrifices that come along with it. Family time, hanging out with your friends, being a great friend.
What is the starting point?
One step at a time. Whether it's 10,000 steps or doing even a 20-minute workout, that's all people need to do to change. Because you'll start seeing results regardless of what position you're in right now. If you can just keep increasing incrementally what you're doing in terms of fitness or your business or however you, like your sleep, whatever it is that you feel is not right, you'll see the change over time. It comes, and it takes a long time. It takes a really long time, but it happens.
Lion is the king of the jungle. How can he be the king of the jungle? If he's not the biggest, he can't be the fastest because that's the chief. He can't be the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality. That's the only difference of a lion and an elephant. It's all mentality.
Welcome to the pain zone. It's where we live.
Hey, machine here. There you go. Nobody wants like David in this house. Get it. 17. You don't know me, son. Get it. 18. You don't know me, son. Get it. 19. You don't know me, son. Yeah. 20. You got some more, son.
It is so easy to beat people today. They're so soft. They have no work ethic. No one can stick with anything. Everyone's distracted. They're social media. They're trying to be notification because they can't stick with.
People look at me differently because I'm not from a social, a highly social background, no social status. I'm not no educated man, and I'm just a person that was blessed to have skills, and I'm not, but still that I'm that way. I'm a blessed person. I'm still a truth person, and my grassroots background, we don't back down for anyone.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. This is where they die. I'm the shield voice.
And I'm bringing this kind of conceptual idea because right now many of you are creating stories that you tell yourselves to make yourself feel better about why your product isn't as good as it should be. You have an excuse that only you need to believe. And you believe that excuse, so it excuses you from working harder on the stuff you know you should be doing with art. That work, the work you know you should be doing with art, is the opportunity, because that is the work that your competitors also aren't doing.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Legs to the conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever.
I'm always going to give you my 110%. That's the only thing I can ever say. Solid day's work. That's all I'll ever piece of. If you guys do not do this, I promise you, your life will haunt you for the rest of your days. If there's potential inside of you, which you know is there, but you're too scared to tell anyone else about it, and you go on and on, get older and older and older, and the winners are close up close, and you knew it could have been given birth to, but you never did. Jordan Peterson has a really interesting way of looking at this. He started to do one you don't know.
It's so we're taking the other natural extreme. If you didn't, you were guaranteed that it was going to work. It wouldn't be worth it.
If you like munching, reconsider your life.
real.
Karmanovich, I am that thing.
Man, the fun season of Streaming June 10, only on Paramount Plus.
No, you make me wanna.
When it comes to weight loss meds, folks will look in with one prize.
And hidden fees start coming out the woodwork.
Oh, GoodRx will show you the cost up front.
I'll ring a bell to that. Weight loss plans for $39 per month plus med cost. Check GoodRx.
And so many people just wanted the easy way. I'm sorry, man. You need to fucking work harder.
Baby, wait that ass. Understand this. Results don't care about who believed and who did. They don't care about who clapped for you. They don't care about who doubted you. They don't care about who turned their back for you when things got heavy. Results only recognize the ones that showed up when things got lonely. Results only recognize the ones that showed up when nobody was watching. When quitting felt reasonable, but you decided to stay anyway.
It's time to get back to it. Stop hearing yourself talk. Get off the podcast. Don't be on social media too much. Cut out all the fucking noise. Get back to your fucking mental lab.
You didn't get here by accident. You got here by choosing discipline over comfort, by bleeding in silence, by turning pain into pressure and pressure into power. So every early morning, every late night, every single sacrifice is all coming due soon. And when that moment arrives, you don't hesitate. You take every single thing you can work for.
Ignore our food. You're over there watching me and talking about me. I'm working hard. I'm taking things to the next level. You keep gossiping and I'll keep working. You keep talking smack and I'll keep working. And when you finally look around at where you are and where I'm at, you realize that you have nothing left to talk smack about.
Oh, let them watch. Let them whisper, because when you step into what's yours, there will be no more debate, only proof. And once those results speak, silence is the only reasonable response left. Why do you think it's so lonely and quiet at the top? You finally made it to the big league, and now you want to chill. They're watching you now. This is where you make it permanent. Practice don't make perfect. Practice make permanence.
When you put that practice in every day, you play some love. It's the metaphor of life. You lace the love because of every day. Pretty soon, you get the courage, the spark, the dedication, the mind. Everybody will. I know what I should. Pretty soon, you
guarantee you, when I run up and they run up, I want when the pressure hits, when the opposition hits, when the talent hits, what size goals you set, you gotta show them that power.
We have two voices in our mind. There's that one voice. That voice I used to love to fucking hear, that we love to hear. It's that soft motherfucker. That soft motherfucking voice that says, sleep the fuck in. It's okay. Well, there's another motherfucking voice that wakes you up in the middle of the night. It's a demon voice that whispers in your fucking ear. That says, get up, motherfucker. You're not good enough. You gotta work harder. That's that voice you don't want to hear. But guess what? It's that voice you need to fucking listen to.
Hard work is the goal. If the goal is to work as hard as you possibly can, then the only real output we have is who we become along the way.
There's no luck in this game, man. It may be a little bit lucky, but the luck happens after you bust your ass. You put yourself in that lucky situation. Luck doesn't happen. You put yourself in that situation where luck might happen. Luck ain't gonna happen. You have to put yourself in that situation. It's hard work.
You want, not getting what you want, keep working. You want getting what you want, keep working. Hard work pays off, no one doesn't win. I think one of the hardest things to hear that you don't get your way is keep working. Results one of the only solutions to be successful. You can't want something without putting in the work. You know, and it doesn't matter what you're doing in life, no matter what it is. It could be a professional athlete, or it could be an artist, it could be a doctor, it could be anything in the world. But you got to put the work in.
The ultimate lesson here is this: everybody's on their own path. And I don't want to judge someone for wanting to be free and easy. I just want you to understand that there's a cost to that. The cost that you're going to have that isn't going to come until later. Really, the truth is, most people who shut the fuck up and focus on that version of themselves they want to become and actually be willing to become it, and that's what's ultimately going to create the fulfillment you're looking for. It's not going to be your cold plunge. It's not going to be your morning routine. It's not going to be your journaling. It's going to be the work that you fucking do to become that version of yourself that is the exact version that you know you're supposed to become, and then being proud of it.
There's people that are willing to go very far, and then there's people that are willing to go far further than that.
That's it.
And when you're a person that prides yourself on your ability to go very far, and then someone is willing to go far farther than you, you have to decide, do I want to look at that as the new standard? Do I want to judge myself? Do I want to admire him? Do I want to try to take him down? A smart person will look at that person as fuel.
There is a path between where you are and the place that you want to be. If you're not prepared to do that walk, still wanting to reach the end of the path is just guaranteeing that you're going to live an unsatisfactory life. It doesn't make sense to continue wanting something if you're not willing to do what it takes to get it. If you don't want to live the lifestyle, release yourself from the desire. To create the result, but not the process, is a guaranteed disappointment.
What I realized on my journey was a lot of us don't believe that we can achieve the impossible. Like, I gotta tell people, man, that, hang on a second, man. You can fucking achieve the absolute impossible. You don't need great parents. You don't need, like, a private school. You don't need to have this humongous GPA and all this other shit. What you need is one thing I talk about in my book, which is straight up brutal work ethic.
Any person, any human realizes that if you want some kind of a good outcome, you're going to have to work hard for it. And if you don't work hard for something, you're not going to get an outcome that's really worth much.
We're going to start from people also. Lay on the side, get the edge, hold it, work for it, fight for it, caress it, give ball to it. With that comes whatever dream you want. It begins today, it continues tomorrow, and it never fucking dies.
So one of my favorite quotes is, the work works on you more than you work on it. And so if you want to be the best in the world at something, you do the work to become the best in the world. And the work works on you. There is profit in all labor. And that means that even if the thing that you're working on right now doesn't amount to the outcome that you expected that it would, it doesn't mean that you don't become better through doing it.
I have a duty and an obligation. I have a calling. I'm meant for more. I'm a walking, talking example to my son and daughter of doing the work even when you don't feel like it, even when circumstances are not in your favor. And so you have to be willing to have that mindset that you can compartmentalize what is happening in your life so that you can do what a winner needs to do to win in life. Every family deserves to have a winner. I think it should be you. Things go wrong, they always seem to happen at once, and they just come out. It's easy sometimes to feel beat when you're faced with all those issues and all those problems, and they all hit you at the same time. That doesn't mean give up. In fact, it means the opposite. It means it's time for you to fight. It means time for you to go on the war path.
Just eliminate all external distractions, just what's going on, and just focus on the process itself and enjoying it every single day. Chopping wood, carrying water. Greatness is not meant for a few chosen people. It's meant for those who persistently pursue their dreams every day and make that choice when they wake up. Keep it up, man. And just gotta keep it up and stay consistent.
Winners are more than expected every single time, no matter how they feel, no matter the circumstances. The winner shows up 10x times more than the average person. A winner has these unreasonable expectations of himself. A winner knows
that he's destined for greatness. And no matter how many people around him tell him to slow down, be careful, watch out, that's too risky, a winner locks onto their fucking goals and keeps going. That's what the winner does.
Stand up, dig in, line up those problems and confront them, face them, fight them. Do not let them bring you down. In fact, let those challenges raise you up. Let them elevate you. Let their demands and their trials make you stronger. Let the adversity you face today turn you into a better person tomorrow.
But it's hard for people to understand how I lost 106 pounds in less than 3 months. I sat down at the table. My first question was, what are you going to give up? What are you going to sacrifice? What are you willing to forgo? Everything.
So if you're looking at your life right now, and what you do every single day, and it's a one-way street to hell with no return, that's not so fucking appealing to me, man. To get off that fucking beaten path society says is so right. Believing yourself in what you're doing, man. Say, fuck that. That is going into nowhere. I don't want to be nowhere. I want to ensure that I am some value to somebody, especially myself. So I'm going to change the direction of where I'm going. That direction can be changed in an instant. It's a mindset.
The handle being the long part is what it takes and how much work you have to do. And that is very long. And when you get to where you start to see results, the results go up very, very quick. And that is the same way that your success is going to work. It's the same way your life is going to work. And you just have to understand this is the way it is, and you're going to have to bear through it. And eventually you'll acclimate to it, and all these things that feel like you're not in balance or you're not doing it right will go away, and it'll just feel normal.
I'm telling you right now, man, as a winner, 80% of the time you're gonna feel like you're failing. 4% of the time you feel like it's fucking over. This is it, I'm about to tap out, but you don't, because that 1% of the time, my friend, that 1% of the time, you know you're winning. And I'm going to take these 1%ers, I'm going to stack them and stack them and stack them and stack them. And you know what happens when you stack winning over years and decades? You become a fucking formidable force to be reckoned with.
When you're pushing to be better, when you're progressing to be better, it's always going to feel like a struggle. It's always going to feel like you are not winning, when in fact, you actually are.
Here to tell you is that life doesn't happen to you. We all think that life happens to me. Life happens for you. It happens for you. Opportunities will come to you every day. It's either for you, you can remain scared of the opportunities, or you can embrace them and take them.
So you want to be normal. So you just want to be like everybody else that blows the world, not knowing the power that's in them. Being fine with being mediocre. You're going to go back to who you were, huh, Dave? I'm like, fuck that, man. Not every day, it's those bad days. It's those bad days. I see a whole bunch of people walking around out here. We have no idea how talented they truly are. I'm talking about talent, like God given to do it. Talent that sometimes you have to hone, you have to work on, you have to harness yourself.
I believe we are all equal as human beings. If we are obsessed with something and we truly pursue our passion with everything we have, work hard, put in the time, and we will succeed.
I stopped saying I've got to wait for good things to happen to me, and I said I'm going to ride. I'm going to fight. I'm going to. It's okay.